Good morning. Today is what day is today? February 11, 2025. All right. So market yesterday after that. What's happening here? After that drop on Friday and opening with a gap down, we came back all the way, open above Friday's value, and then we attempted a couple times to get back inside Friday's value, but kept rejecting. At one point, I called the trade in the afternoon, I think it was. Let me see. Right here, when we attempted to come back into value and then rejected. So I said, if we stay above 77, look for a rotation to the high of the day. And that was a 5-point risk trade with a 20 plus point profit. So that was a nice trade there. That's what I was saying, that trading value is easier than trading price, because price, especially nowadays, is so choppy, so whippy. So if you pay attention to where value is, it's much easier to see what the market is trying to do. So now we're seeing clearly that we are back inside value, right? Back inside value area, and we spent a lot of time in volume during the overnight, and we are trying to probably test the single prints with just we just like bounce right above it, like big bounce there. So this is gonna be a key area for today. Right here, right where those single prints are. So if we get below that, then we're probably gonna sweep through the rest of value, right, from Friday's session, and attempt to at least test value area low, right? If we can just bounce there, or we can test below it. If we test below it and take this low, then we're really gonna be heading towards this 60-25 area, right? And then look at this little chunk of volume right here, which is where that's the open for that overnight session. So that would be the next area to look for at 60.15. And then below that, then buyers need to defend this area around 6,000. If not, we have a bearish imbalance from this session, and the target is 59.75. So basically, if we take these lows, look for a bounce around 6,000, and below that, 59.75 is the target to the downside. Now, if this holds and then we come back above Friday's value, and then we start looking for a move back into yesterday's value, right? In the middle here this going to be a lot of chop, right? So we want to look in relationship to those previous sessions value, right? So if we get back inside yesterday's value area, which is at 60.82.5, so that's value area low. If we hold above that, then look for value area high, and then a repair of that bullish imbalance from yesterday, which is at 61.10, right? Which also coincides with that low volume node and the top of this single print from Friday. So we have single prints on the top, single prints on the bottom, and we have this range. So that's why the easier thing, in my opinion, is to look for where we're trading in relationship to value. We have a bunch of Fed scheduled to speak today. We have Powell speaking at 10. We have some agricultural reports later at noon. We have a 3-year note auction, more Fed speaking towards the end of the session at 3:30. U.S. Treasury Stephen speaking also at 3:30. And then tomorrow we have CPI and PPI reports on Friday. So still room for a lot of chop for today's session. So okay, that's about it for ES. NQ, it's a similar scenario. Looking for, we've been trading inside Friday's value for a little bit now. We're testing below these two low volume areas, and the magnets here are at 650 and at 585, which is the point of control for Friday, which still hasn't been tested. So as of now, I took a short earlier when I saw that we were breaking the low of the overnight, and I'm just gonna hold it as much as I can and see if we can get back to the 20-day point of control. And then below that, then we have this low from last Wednesday, and then a high volume node right here at 440. So if we take these lows, then and we don't bounce here at the weekly pivot area, then look for 21,440. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and this day, this Friday, you see this is a B-shaped profile. The bearish imbalance, my target for that is at 21,208 right here, which coincides with that high volume node. So if sellers start going, then we'll look for that high volume node at 21,208. But like I said the other day, that could happen starting next week, since seasonally speaking is a more bearish time of the year. All right, and crude oil had a nice turnaround. Had a couple sessions where it tried to break lower below this buy zone that I had, and then started bouncing. Now back above the 50 moving average, it hit that 20-day point of control, and now it looks like it's heading back to this low volume area, where I would look for either sellers to defend this and then come back to the point of control, or if we break it, then we have the 200 moving average here. So sometimes what happens is that we test that first a little bit and then reject it and then move below it. So watch this area at 74 to 74.30, see the reaction there, and long above it, short below it. That's what I'm thinking. And then gold seems to be heading to 3,000, but obviously we're gonna have sellers taking profit. Traders taking profit ahead of that. We saw a nice drop here from the 29.70 area. We see a lot of volume building here at the 29.35-ish, and now we're dropping. So we dropped back here, right? Retested this area where we broke above from, and now we're bouncing back, coming back into that 29.35 area. So watch how it reacts to this area, and then if we lose this 2900, then 2987 is the point of control, the monthly VWAP, the 20-day point of control. So this is the big magnet for now. and it's trying to accept higher here. So watch how volume develops in the next couple sessions. All right, that's about it. Good luck.